is up, everybody? Dan Unfiltered checking out Daze. What's in the eye? More Chester. Let's fucking go. I've always had Daze on like the to-do list and just never have gotten around to them. Maybe because it's probably the last of Chester that I'm going to find for the most part. People keep finding more like random hidden tracks, and I appreciate you for that. But eventually we're going to run out. Daze is probably the last bit I get. But let's check out What's in the Eye. Hit like, subscribe, and also comes from Sergi, a Patreon. If you guys have any requests, hit me up. Let's check this out. I've only heard, I think, Sickness. Sickness is the only Daze song I've heard. Surprisingly, did sound a lot like Linkin Park. And not just because Chester. I mean, like, the overall vibe was very mellow Linkin Park. This is probably the least Chester sounding Chester I've ever heard. It sounds fantastic. But it sounds like as if Chester was born in Seattle. You know what I mean? This sounds like an Alice in Chains-y Chester. Like, since I know it's Chester, I can easily pick out the voice. But if I went into this completely blind and had no idea Chester was the singer for Daze, I don't think I would have just came out and be like, hey, this is clearly Chester Bennington. This is actually stunning. I've never heard a Chester song where I wouldn't have clearly and immediately guessed this is Chester. Like and it's not just because he's doing clean vocals and softly. We've heard him do that before, and it still sounds like Chester. It's the way he's doing them. Like, they're ridiculously soft. Like, it's very Seattle 90s. Holy shit. Let's go. A lot. Damn, man. Oh! Yo, this is just screaming like an Alice in Chains or Soundgarden type of thing. Like, it is. It sounds as if, like, Alice in Chains singer got sick, and they just asked Chester to cover one of their songs. Let's go. Let's not even play around. This goes on the playlist. Why even fuck around? That's going on the fucking playlist. I want to hear that right now again. Like, I want to, like, kind of, like, mentally just relax and take all that in. Pause if necessary. But, because, again, that was so un-Chester sounding. You know, there were, of course, moments you can tell it was Chester, but I feel like it's partially because I know it's Chester. So it hurts, like, my unbiasedness to know if it is or not. I need to play this for someone who knows Linkin Park. I might play this for Andrew. Next time my homie comes over, I'm going to play this for him without telling him who it is or anything about it. And just see, because he's heard almost every Linkin Park album. Just see if he knows it's Chester or not. If he can, like, just guess it's Chester. With no choices or multiple choice or anything. Just blindly. Because I don't know. I don't know. Like, that just screamed late 90s Seattle, and I fucking loved it. I loved it. He killed that. Absolutely destroyed that. Like, even the instrumentals, the instrumental itself, not just Chester in the way he did the vocals, even the instrumental sounded like late 90s Seattle. Which is awesome. And kind of surprising, because the Sickness song, I believe, is on the same, like, album as this one. Like they re-released a whole bunch, I guess, a couple years ago. I think they're on the same re-released album. That's they don't sound like this is the same band. At all. Like, entirely. Not just Chester's vocal, but the whole damn thing. Sound like it's two separate bands. That was awesome. I almost wish or hope maybe more of the Grey Daze songs will sound like this. I kind of hope that more of them do have this kind of throwback vibe to them, because it's a side of Chester I don't think I've heard before. Again, it's not just because it was clean vocals for the most part, not just because he was singing soft. He does that in some Linkin Park songs, so it's not that. It's the way he did it. And the way he wavered through some of the words. Like when he says go and he like wavers it. Or when he says friend, he wavered it during the chorus. Very like, it's kind of like Chris Cornell gave him advice. You know what I mean? It's like a Seattle singer gave him advice on how to sing the damn song. Or he looked up to Chris Cornell, so maybe that's it. Maybe he just used some of that in there. But it feels heavily influenced by it. And he destroyed it. In all the best ways. God, yeah, I hope there's more like this. I'm thinking probably not, since I heard The Sickening. The Sickness. The Sickening? It's The Sickness, right? Or is it The Sickening? I hate when I'm super confident that I fuck up one time and now I'm questioning. I think it's Sickness. I think it's Sickness. Whatever. You know the song I'm talking about by Grey Daze. Whatever. But since I've heard that, it's so different than this, I assume more of their songs will sound like that than this. I'll assume this was the outlier. Because it was a very original sound for Chester. Wow. Wow. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was one of the best, without trying to be like recency bias since I just heard it and do any like hyperboles here, but that was, I won't say the best, that was one of the best Chester vocal performances I've heard without him going full Chester berserker mode. You know, like when he just goes all in, then fine. Those are better. But for just being a vocalist and just singing the song, this is up there. This is fucking up there. If you are still here, damn. You are. I'm listening to this again. A real one.